Hello and welcome back. Hope you are good, doing well. So we are having weekly market outlook for 5 to 9 February 2024. Let's look at the setups for this week. But before going to look at that, if anyone want to join us looking for training or trade setup or membership, just simply head to wave-trader.com and check the membership levels over there. And if you are looking for further information, just simply fill that form and send that to me. Okay, so last week we were having some good opportunities over there during the Friday the scene, and let's look at the previous chart. So let me open that first. And yeah, some of those charts are being posted a bit late. So if you want to have access to those charts right on the spot, then it's a paid service, guys. Okay, so we were looking for short-term sell opportunities on these charts. Yeah, so we got continuation on these small trades, I mean lower time frame trades, yeah, which was appearing over there before the FOMC rate. The CN dollar was slightly gaining ahead of that FOMC rate, the CN, so we were expecting these trades to play out. So we got those short-term opportunities. So yeah, so we can see that one-to-one target was setting up over there on euro dollar, and it tagged that one-to-one euro dollar drop, and Kiwi and Uzi, they were also setting up for one more leg lower, and T-bond features, as we were expecting these to go higher last week. All right, in the previous 2 weeks we were expecting bonds to jump, all right, and bonds were rising even after the Fed rate the CN, okay, but yields are pushing higher, or bonds are falling after the NFP non-farm payroll data released on Friday last week. So yields are up. So that was a nice move, by the way, on the T-bond features, right? So we have seen these charts last week. A decent move happened over there on the T-bond feature. We were expecting it to go higher from this previous low. Bonds are still a buy, okay? If they pull back, they will remain buy. We'll talk about that, why bonds are at a best place to keep buying bonds, okay? Just seen that chart here. So T-bond feature, if I'm gonna look at that quickly, T-bond features is still gonna remain a buy opportunity for longer term. So they are dipping again, all right, there. So almost more than one to two target is just reached over there, yeah. So this opportunity, yeah. So if I'm gonna play that, so the T-bond features or bonds will remain buy for longer term. They are at a best spot to keep buying them. So let's look at there. All right, so T-bond feature set to rise for the next bullish run. So we have seen that a nice decent wave over there. So before going to look at the other charts, all right, or let's just talk about that, why T-bond features are a perfect longer term buy opportunity. And any dip you see over there gonna remain a buy. Okay, so what we need to do is just need to invert that scale, and we can see that the bonds were being sold from this. All right. So and why they will remain longer term. Let's just, okay, so there. So before that, since 1999, we can see that 1999 or 2000. Okay, so we were having a very nice bullish trend over there. Okay, so this is a futures chart, okay, but every bond chart you will see over there, like 10 year, 2 years old, these are a perfect buy opportunity for longer term. and we are going to see this move, okay, like these kind of wave over there in longer term T-bond feature. So the reason why we are going to see that, okay, I need to put a couple of chart on it. All right, so the best chart to explain that going to be the 10-year yield. All right, so I'm going to use that 10-year yield to just let you know that why I say that, and then we're going to come back to the T-bond feature. Okay, I need to pull a couple of charts and a couple of more charts on it. So the most important chart is the USINTR. All right, so yeah, so Fed stop raising the interest rate, and USIRYY inflation rate. All right, and the USPCE. All right, so USPCE yearly chart. If I'm going to look at the yearly chart, this is also dipping. The PCE is the important chart, which is Fed watching right now, and PCE is dropped to 2.6, all right, close to 2%. And longer term, it Fed is looking it to go below 2%. Yeah, so the US PPI yearly basis. Yeah, so we can see that yearly basis PPI is 1%. Okay, so that's a longer term inflation picture. Okay, we can see that inflation is falling. Inflation yearly basis, PCE yearly basis, and the PPI yearly basis are falling. Okay, and Fed is holding the interest rate higher for longer. They're saying that they're gonna hold in higher interest rate higher for longer, like they have said that they're gonna hold the interest rate lower for longer before raising the interest rate. Okay, so similar picture is just happening over here. They're saying that they're gonna hold the interest rate higher for longer, but yield's gonna go into this direction where the inflation is going. So yields are falling. So 10-year yield is falling into that direction. So yeah, so Fed cannot keep interest rate higher for longer. Yeah, while when inflation keep falling to the downside, even below their 2% target, they will start cutting. So once they will start cutting, yields going to continue to keep going after the inflation rate. So that's why there we can see that. So pull back on bonds, okay, going to be a buy opportunity for longer term. So this picture is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Okay, that's why the T-bond chart, which I have just shown you, is going to be a longer term buy opportunity. Okay, on a bigger time frame like this weekly time frame, it's going to remain this bullish buy opportunity for longer term. So bonds are perfect longer term buy opportunity. Hopefully that makes sense. So pullback going to be a good idea to go long on these bonds. All right, so T-bond features, we have a good buy opportunity over there. Okay, and then we were having a drop over there short term on the gold. All right, so gold went lower, nicely dropped over there after the non-farm payroll. Yeah, let me pull out these charts clearly so that we can see what we were expecting during the non-farm payroll. So these were the charts before the non-farm payroll. Silver went lower sharply before the non-farm NFP, right? And after that, that was basically a sign that the stronger numbers are going to come over there on the dollar, and dollar is going to spike over there for upside. So we got a drop over there on the silver, and then we got us catch up move on gold. Gold also went lower during the NFP. All right, and that was a buy opportunity on the Nasdaq index last week, which I was talking about in the weekly market outlook, that if you see that the pullback is coming up to these areas, okay, they're going to be a buy opportunity. So this trade also played out nicely well. Okay, so these were the short-term trades. All right, so short-term trades appeared over there during the non-farm payroll with a good good return was over there for short-term. So we got a drop on dollar before the non-farm payroll, back to this area, back to that floor, before going to back up. All right, and short-term buy, as I said, that in the weekly market outlook, that key buys for short-term buy opportunity. Okay, so we got this leg, that leg, both legs appeared over there on the euro dollar. So there we can see that euro dollar nicely went higher. Okay, and dollar yen went lower from it didn't test that top. All right, we were expecting it to test that top and then go, but now it's testing that top after the non-farm payroll data. So still going to be a good place to watch. So last week we were expecting Australian dollar to go down and test that low in the weekly market outlook. We are having that leg lower. Even prices gave both moves. Price gave us this leg, that leg, right, and this leg. So we were expecting this leg to slightly from there, this top. Okay, and that leg, this leg. So all three legs appeared over there nicely on the Australian dollar. All right, and this leg. So that leg appeared over. Then there was a buy opportunity for short term back to that top, and then again sell happened over there. All right, this trade. So short term buy appeared over there, this leg, and then again we got a one more drop during the non-farm payroll. This leg. That was a short term buy opportunity on the Australian dollar, and we got a nice move over there before the non-farm payroll on the DXY. Also when Fed dropped the dollar. Okay, so euro dollar went higher from that previous low. Let me close some of them. This gold did well before the Nasdaq 100 Index also did well before the NFP, and even after the NFP, after the Fed and NFP still doing well. So those were the good moves we were having over there. All right, so we were at there on the Australian dollar. Short-term buy. All right, so short-term buy on the euro dollar, and that did well. So price went higher, and then again one more leg lower appeared over there. So Nasdaq did well. Okay, so Nasdaq, as I shown in the previous weekly market outlook, that Nasdaq was a buy opportunity for the dip. So Nasdaq 100 Index did really well. All right, so Nasdaq 100 Index is still pushing higher, and there is a possibility that the Nasdaq 100 Index can go all the way back to that high, or this, I mean, not back to that high, all-time high up to 20k. So 20k is in sight. Up to that 20k is possible. So it is not going to hit that 20k in one go, right? So there are going to be a lot of hurdles before going to go into that direction. But yes, this opportunity played really well after the Fed rate. The CN nice continuation trade appeared over there on this 4-hour time frame. So there were trades on lower time frame as well, on 3-minute time frame here within these areas. Okay, so that's it went higher during the Fed rate, the CN. Okay, but again some pressure build over there, dropped, and then again started to build for the next leg, and decent move appeared over there on the Nasdaq 100 Index, this chart. All right. Okay, so I was talking about the NAS did well. Okay, so not just NAS, so S&P 500 also was a good move. We have seen a good move, similar move happen over there, which I was talking about. Yeah, so my structure is similar like last week. I haven't changed much on this. Yeah, so This did well, but slightly, the US 2000 dropped slightly lower, and Dow did not test this low where we were expecting a buy opportunity on the Dow. So Nas and S&P 500, they did well. So if you caught that trade, all right, so there is still a potential that the Nasdaq index can continue to keep pushing more higher, although it can break through that top and can continue for more upside. So we'll talk about that later on. So euro is still running within that. All right. So Australian dollar was a good buy opportunity. Yeah. So this was a good buy opportunity. After the Fed rate, the CN was a decent, nice. We can see that. Yeah, let me open that. That was a nice buy opportunity appeared over there. Okay, so we got a lead from the euro dollar. Euro dollar was telling us that the dollar is going to get down, all right? And Australian dollar was a nice chart setting up for over there for higher, okay? And there we can see that both euro, removed all those losses which appeared over there because of the Fed, and gain higher. So similarly, Fed losses, all right? So Australian dollar dropped because of the Fed rate, the CN. First went higher and then dropped lower, and that was a clear buy opportunity over there on the Australian dollar. Nice decent leg, okay? And then we got one more leg possibility, all right? So I said that euro dollar can fall again for another bearish leg because of the non-farm payroll. So we got a drop on the euro for another bearish leg back to that low, this low, and we are still within that one more drop which is just happening over there. So we may get a buy opportunity. Okay, so this is going to be the next setup which I'm going to talk about. So the buy is not ready yet, right? So buy is not ready yet for next move. All right, so we are having another leg lower which we're talking about that, all right, and that caused by the NFP data, all right? So Nasdaq chart updated, and Nasdaq almost hit the target, the 1 to 2 target, and there we got a possibility for this one more leg. We were expecting dollar yen to drop, okay, in the previous weekly market outlook, if you remember that. We got a start, right? But as I said that dollar was set to rise for another leg higher, like euro was setting up for another leg lower. Yeah, we knew that the euro is going to get down for another leg. All right, and Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar was set to buy. So there was no reason to keep shorting the dollar yen for more downside, and it was ready to go back up for another leg higher. Okay, that's why we're expecting short opportunities from this. So right now we are there at that top, and still not ready to drop. Okay, but it is at a place where you need to keep eyes for the week that dollar can go down from there, right? Dollar yen can start falling from that top. So we're going to talk about that. So yeah, these were the opportunities before the non-farm payroll data we were expecting. Okay, so when these trades appeared, okay, when before that we were expecting this move to complete, all right, this move, buy opportunity from there all the way back to that high, and then we were expecting this leg, all right, the leg which I was talking about earlier, and the Australian dollar. So those short-term trades started to appear over there before the NFP data, and then we suddenly got the good strong NFP report, and then we got a crash over there, right? So 1-to-1 target hit, and volatility started to rise, and then bang, we got a big drop over there because of the NFP, strong NFP report, and euro went lower too. So so a good move appeared over there. Okay, so these were the charts which were telling us that the euro is going to drop or the dollar is going to gain. Okay, bang, we got a big move to the downside on these charts. So, and we were expecting dollar yen to go back up. All right, so dollar yen just simply gone back up. So those were the charts which we were having over there last week. Some good moves happened over there because of the scenes were there. And what's next? What we can expect from the market for the upcoming week? All right. So the bigger time frame charts are still same. Okay. So dollar yen dropped. Okay, gone back up. We were expecting that move to happen. Chart I have just shown you already there. Okay, this chart. So we were expecting that move to happen. So we got that move here. Dollar just gone back up because of the non-farm payroll. So the bigger picture is still same. The dollar yen. Okay, now we are watching at that place and looking for this to go down. Right now we don't have any sign at the moment that the dollar is set to drop. Right from the current price. Okay, but signs can appear over there later this week. So right now we are having stronger dollar everywhere. All right, so it's not ready to just simply go and short dollar yen from that place. Yeah, so you can get stopped out. So you need to keep eyes. So need to watch price action for the dollar yen to go down. All right, so bigger picture is still same. We'll talk about the why bigger picture is still same. So the bigger picture is still same. We are looking, the chart is simply same like the euro dollar, the DXY chart. All right, not much on this chart. So I mean difference. Okay, so we were expecting one more leg to appear over there on the euro dollar and the DXY to go higher. So we are looking it to go back up again within that channel. Okay, so you're looking it to go back up into that channel again. So we'll talk about that on bigger time frame as well. So same New Zealand dollar. All right, so same, we were expecting it to go down. All these moves happened over there. We were expecting last week, we were talking about this move. Okay, we got that move, and then we were looking for buy opportunity over there. Charts I have just shown you on a 3-minute time frame. Those two moves happened, this happened, that happened. Okay, and then we were expecting this move to happen before the non-farm payroll. So we are still within that move. That move is just still happening. So there is a trade setup which appeared over there on lower time frame, 3-minute time frame. So we were expecting it to go down and test that low. Maybe we can see that further breakdown on this chart. This previous low, New Zealand dollar, can break down that 15-minute low and can drag further downside. So buy is simply not ready on this chart. Okay, so but yes, we are still expecting it to go back up within that triangle, the wedge. All right, so these bigger time frame charts are very much same. So price went into a so we'll talk about that. Bitcoin is just there where it was last week. So we're gonna talk about that. So those were the charts. I haven't posted much on the trading view. All right, but I have posted so many charts over there on the Telegram. Yeah, so these charts are sometimes I post chart earlier, but not exactly on time, and the trade setup is ready. Yeah, so for that you have to be into a paid membership group. So before you're gonna have access to these charts. Okay, now let's talk about that. Maybe you are thinking that why this guy keep posting so late when market is already moved, so doesn't make sense. So yes, if you really want to have to that access, so simply it's not a free stuff. All right, so so they set up. So hopefully you understand that my point. Now let's get back to the trade setup. Okay, so if I'm gonna start from this chart. All right, so same picture, same, hasn't changed much on this. So we are waiting for this to keep crawling, all right, to the downside. Slowly keep keep dragging to the downside and test that low and give us a longer term buy opportunity like that. Okay, but for short term opportunity, it still can appear over there. Last week, as I said, that you are paying attention into this price where you can get some good buy opportunity. All right, so price came but went higher, didn't exactly test that 20, all right, and again bounced off. So price is trying to find its floor over there around 0.02. So so it can aggressively break down that price and can find its new floor below 0.02. So yes, you are paying attention, again watching price action for these short-term trades at these areas. Okay, like that. So if it comes, okay, test that and hold that. You are still looking for at least 1-to-1 risk reward ratio trade over there. And if it start rising very, very aggressively for upside, then you can extend your target. Okay, so the ideal price is going to be this previous low again. All right, it's a dead coin. You can see that Terra Classic is a dead coin. Okay, but most of the time you're gonna get good risk reward ratio from these kind of dead coins, because the companies which are simply Terra Terra Lab is just trying to save their coin by burning coins. They have burned their more than 1 billion coins, so trying to get it from the mess. So yeah, so simply gonna be a buy opportunity from this area, or in case if it has that 0.011 or 10, gonna be a longer term buy opportunity. Yeah, so nothing changed on this chart. In DXY, as I said, that we are expecting it to go down. Okay, if I'm gonna look at the bigger time frame chart, all right, so bigger time frame chart is this. So all right, so DXY, yeah, so slightly going down. So again, this chart makes sense to understand you guys that why you should expect DXY to keep going down. DXY gonna stay bearish as long as other banks are not going, other economies like EU or UK and other developed countries are not going to get weaker quicker than the USA. So there we can see that. Okay, hopefully you understand that before. Fed fund rate is sitting over there higher for longer. Yield is dropping, 10-year yield is dropping. All right, so inflation is already keep falling. PCE, PPI, and CPI yearly basis. All right, and dollar is also falling into that direction. But here we got some pullback on the yields. Okay, why this pullback is appeared over there on the yield? The reason is that market is expecting that the Fed gonna cut the interest rate in March. But what happened last week? Fed came and Paul said that they are not looking to cut the interest rate in March. All right, and they are looking at the data, but data is saying that yes, rates are extremely in a tight territory. All right, so PC is telling us that 2.6, while the Fed rate is sitting at 5.50. Yeah, so extremely in a tight, in a restrictive zone. So once we're gonna see that that's this pullback on the yield caused, all right, the dollar to go back up for another leg higher. All right, and the commentary which we got from the Fed caused yields to push higher while the inflation is pushing lower. So how long Fed gonna hold that narrative, the higher for longer? So at some point they're gonna start following the market or the inflation. All right, and we're gonna see that the yield's gonna crash to the downside, and inflation also gonna keep dragging lower. So we're gonna see that the dollar also gonna follow to the inflation. Okay, so yeah, we are not expecting yields to push all the way back to that high. All right, it's not making any sense that the yield gonna go all the way back to that high. So we believe that yields found their top. All right, so specifically on the short end, the 2-year yields especially found their top. So the only reason which can push the yields higher and the dollar higher is the inflation. If inflation pick up from the current price, current area 3.4, all right, and stop rising, then you can expect another leg higher on the yields and dollar. All right, so this is very less likely, as yield inflation is telling us that where the market is heading for longer term. Okay, so rates gonna come down, dollar gonna keep falling, and also other banks, they are not happy with the higher dollar, a stronger dollar, so they are trying to manipulate the exchange and setting, specifically the People Bank of China. They are setting the reference rate at extremely strong yuan level. So yeah, so last week I said that. So if we see that aggressive sell-off on the dollar Chinese yuan, yeah, you're going to see that the DXY also going to go down. So all these factors are playing out over there, which you need to keep in your mind, which way you need to look for price to go. Okay, so this is where you're paying attention. Watch it. It's not ready yet. Okay, don't just jump into the market. We still can push slightly more higher before we're going to get down on the DXY within that wedge. So this is what you are looking to, paying attention at these resistance areas and watching the price action over there and looking for this to go down. Okay, that's what you are looking on the DXY. So all right, and on the other side we were expecting it to go down, so same. So you are looking it to go down. So the dollar CAD. All right, so you pay attention there at this area or at that previous top and look for this to go down. All right, this is possible, but this is not the trade which we are looking at the moment. Okay, we still can see another leg lower on the dollar CAD, or at least price can fall up to these levels. Okay, or at least price can fall up to these levels before we're gonna get that upside. All right, so dollar CAD to go down. So there we can see that the euro is just trying to break down. Okay, so what's going to be the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario going to be that we're not going to get this leg higher. Okay, and the euro going to keep falling up to this low. All right, so why that can happen? So let me go back. Why that can happen? All right, so as we can see that the European economy is more weaker. All right, the EU economy is more weaker than specifically the German. All right, so specifically the German DE 10-year. All right, so we're gonna use that yield, so 10-year yield. So, and we're gonna pull out the European inflation yearly basis. So EUIRYY. So there we can see that the inflation is at 2.8 in the Europe, right? And yields are still holding higher. Okay, so if I'm gonna use the EUINTR, interest rate is at the high. All right, so ECB is holding the interest rate higher, and same picture like we have seen in the US. Okay, US is same picture. Yeah, so yield is falling, you know, ECB is holding the interest rate higher. Yeah, inflation is down, yield is pulling back. So same. So there is the whole, you know, I mean, it is very likely that we're gonna see, you know, communicated move from all these major central banks. All right, so they're gonna start cutting the rate same time. All right, they're gonna start cutting the rate same time. I mean, we can expect ECB to cut first, and then, you know, Fed to cut first, then Bank of England or Bank of Canada, Australia, New Zealand. Yes, all these banks are gonna start cutting rate at the same time. So, and same, you know, pattern is just simply appearing over there. Yield is falling. All right, so interest rate is higher, yields are going down, inflation falling. Yeah, so this picture is just simply appearing over there across the market on these, you know, major banks. So yeah, so in case if we see, you know, aggressive move, let's say from the ECB comes and say that, yeah, so economy is getting weaker. All right, so rates are killing the economy and we are going to cut before the Fed, and aggressively going to cut. All right, so that's going to be a bearish story for the euro. All right, so then we can see that the euro can drag more lower for another leg all the way back to this area. Yeah, up to this area, or maybe can drag all the way up to this previous low. Yeah, we are not anticipating at this at the moment. All right, but this can happen, guys. This is the picture which you need to keep in your mind, that the ECB can cut first before the Fed. All right, and which can drive the dollar higher and euro lower. All right, so if we're gonna have coordinated move from all these central banks, we're not gonna have that aggressive move. All right, yeah, so we're gonna have slow sideways movement, and the way we are having right now. So what is basically the move you are looking? Okay, so you're simply looking price to hold this area, this previous low, and it to go back up. All right, so it to go back up like this move. So similar like last week we were expecting price to hold this area. Right, it bounced back and it fall down, you know, dropped back to this previous low. All right, and then you are looking it to hold that previous low. Okay, so hold that previous low and go back up for this move, and in best case scenario continue to keep rising all the way back to that high. So look for a short-term trade first, rather than looking for a big move over there for upside, as we can see that the euro is still under pressure. All right, so pound, we were expecting, we were simply kind of neutral analysis we were having over there last week. All right, and as I said that short-term buy opportunity over there if price tests this area, so we got a one more leg higher. So a pound is under pressure simply. All right, and yeah, so still can drag more lower. All right, but still gonna be a buy opportunity within that within that sideways market, within that side. Again, same picture, same analysis. All right, so if we're gonna look at the GB 10 year, all right, I'm gonna pull out GB IRYY inflation and the GBINTR. Okay, you can see that it's the same structure, same picture. All right, inflation, 10-year inflation is down following the inflation is at 4%, yield is at 3.94. this is a 10-year yield. All right, so 10-year yield is higher than the lower than inflation. So 10-year yield is supposed to close to the 2%, 2.5%. all right, because you're expecting inflation to fall within the next 10 years. So obviously inflation going to be close to 2% next 10 years. So I mean, don't simply pay attention on these numbers. All right, so just simply look at the structure, what structure we are having. All right, what pattern we are having. So rate went higher for longer. Bank of England said that last week. They are not looking to cut. Yield dropped, market started pricing for rate cuts. All right, and commentary from the Bank of England pushed the yields higher. Inflation is still dragging, so we're gonna have that in longer term. All right, so rate gonna come down and gonna go after the inflation. So same picture. All right, so again same. If Bank of England start saying that they're gonna cut, then yeah, so pound can drop all the way back to that lower. Maybe in worst case scenario, if things are going to get more worse, uncertainty is going to get if economy is going to get weaker sharply, then we can visit that low again, 104. So yeah, we are not expecting that picture. That's a bigger big picture. All right, and we can say that if economy is simply going to get bad so aggressively, then you can expect currencies to sharply go lower. So okay, so simply you are paying attention again. Let this to drag more lower up to this support areas. Yeah, so pound can drag up to this support areas, and once you see that there is an indication that the pound is going to go back up, then all right, then you're looking at it to go back up. Right, go back up, the average to break for upside. Right now there is no reason. Right, we clearly can say that we don't have any. We were expecting, as I said, the guys charts I have already shown you. We were expecting this move to happen. All right, and we are still within that move. And from floor, we were expecting it to pull back, to go back up. We don't have any sign yet that the reversal is going to come on the pound. All right. And pound is still under pressure. All right, and still can keep dragging more lower, more downside. So if I'll see that the buy opportunity is ready, all right, and we are going to go back up, okay, so you are looking for this to go for upside. Okay, what I can say that the price action you are looking is just simply is a strong aggressive move. Okay, if strong aggressive move comes, then you are looking to go back up like this. All right, so we don't have that. All right, we don't have that. There's no indication yet. So yeah, so it can drag more lower. There is no reason to just start looking for buy. So wait for price action, and if it keeps dragging lower all the way back to that previous low, then then yes. Right, so should I sell this move for more downside? I wouldn't suggest you to go into that trade. All right, so there were opportunity. Let me tell you how that sell appeared over there. Okay, and next time you can use that information to figure it out. All right, so we got a quick sharp sell off on the gold. Again, there we can see that. Okay, so it was, stuck over there. What happened overnight? We got a quick aggressive sell off over there on gold. Gold aggressively dropped to the downside. Okay, but pound was still, holding over there. Okay, it went lower slightly and then again went back. But what was happening? Gold was just keep dragging lower, right? And we got a next leg lower on the pound. So this is your indication at the moment that gold is gaining some grounds against the dollar, right? So if we get that move all the way back to that high, okay, then you are paying attention for that aggressive reversal over there. Okay, so you can see that the formation is also very much similar like that. So you're paying attention over there. If gold and silver goes, start rising, means that dollar is set to go down. Okay, and then you are paying attention for the pound to go back up. So you need to keep all these factors in your mind before you look for that buy opportunity. So same goes with the Australian dollar. All right, so on a bigger time frame, there is let's talk about that again. All right, so same picture is there. So AU, all right, so AU 10-year yield. Okay, let's pull out AUIRYY. So and inflation is okay at 4.1, right? So if I'm gonna use the AUINTR interest rate, so same picture, yeah, same formation. So inflation falling, yield falling, holding rates higher for longer. Yeah, Reserve Bank of Australia saying that holding rates higher for longer. Okay, same picture. So 2% target, inflation 2% target. So same scenario. Okay, so again, if inflation falls aggressively lower, and we can see that the cut is coming from the Reserve Bank of Australia, then we can visit that low, guys. This previous low, all the way back to that low. We're not gonna get that one more up leg higher. Yeah, hopefully you understand that. And we are still going to, we were expecting the previous weekly market outlook it to go back up. All right, within these areas, go back up. All right, so at least up to this area. So we got this, sideways move, but we did not get this to go all the way. And then in the last week, we were expecting Australian dollar to just simply stop falling for another leg lower. All right, this move to happen. So we got that next leg lower last week. All right, and buy opportunity on lower time frame, I have already shown you 3-minute time frame. So both this move, that move both happen, and then sell opportunity was there before the NFP, and that move happened. So right now we are having a lower time frame opportunities appearing over there for which can break down that previous low, and then we can have again price action for buy opportunity. So basically what you are looking again, similar as I said that on the euro dollar. So it's not ready, similar on the pound, it's not ready. Okay, so once we're gonna see that some price action is appearing over there, okay, then Australian dollar to go back up within that wedge. Okay, so you go back up like that, and in best case scenario, all the way back to that high, like this, like euro dollar. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But right now, there was a trade, okay? So there was a trade. I mean, it's already happening, and if you are okay, so simple analysis is that we can see that the gold broken down that low, okay, but Australian dollar hasn't broken that low. So we can have that one more leg lower. All right, so it can break down this previous low and can even drag more lower, like we can see that the gold has done over there. Okay, so same analysis. So it can drag, you know, for another leg lower before we're gonna get it to go back up. And once price break down or test the previous low, then you're looking at to, you know, go back up within that wedge like that. Right, so this wedge, so go back up into that like this. So for this week, you're expecting price to, you know, rise back within that pullback. All right, so pullback, counter move to happen of that bearish trend. Same goes with this chart. All right, I don't think I need to show you that pattern again on the New Zealand dollar. Okay, but the picture is same. All right, so picture is same. These major banks are having similar scenario. All right, so if I'm gonna remove that and I'm gonna look at this. A counter move for this week. And how far that counter move goes, we'll see, but price to go back up. Okay, on lower time frame, as I said, that one more leg on lower time frame to appear over there, and then counter. And how far it goes, we'll see. On lower time frame, at least test this previous low. Okay, so at least test that previous low, this, or break down a new low and then stop pulling back. So dollar chief and dollar yen are both same. Okay, at least go to this previous low, hold that high and go down. So at this area. Okay, so like dollar chief to go down. So pound CAD is dragging lower. Last week we were expecting it to keep falling. Yeah, this is basically a sign that the pound is dragging lower in coming days. Okay, so we may see more weaknesses on the pound. Pound can drag more lower. So basically this is a sign for more weaknesses. So pound CAD is dropping, all right, and if you see that the pullback is coming within that formation, all right, and then you're looking at to go all the way back to this previous low. Pound CAD, pound New Zealand dollar, okay, similar like last week. We got a pullback. We were expecting it to happen and short opportunity from there, and you are looking this formation. Okay, very much same like last week. Go down. And same goes with the pound Australian dollar. Okay, it testing that high and fall at least up to this previous low, right? And in best case scenario, visit that low. Euro Australian dollar is also very much similar like that. Okay, last week we were expecting it to pull back, and it's pulling back, and during this week you're paying attention at these highs, these resistance areas, and up to this previous low or all the way back to that previous low. Okay, so Euro New Zealand dollar also went for a 4-hour time frame correction, which we were talking about. So what's going to be the worst scenario? Okay, make sure you understand that what worst scenario can happen. The worst scenario is that the euro can continue to keep rising. All right, all the way back to that high. Okay, this is the worst scenario. So the worst scenario is that the move which I'm showing on lower time frame for another leg lower, that won't happen, and this will keep rising all the way up to this previous high. Like we have seen strength on the chief against the Australian dollar. So Australian dollar dropped against the chief is a sign that the euro also can rise against the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar. All right. So you need to keep that thing in mind. So when you are going to counter that, you need to keep in mind that the price can break out for another leg higher. Okay, it can break out and can continue. So that's why last week my formation was like that. All right, that's why my formation was like that, that the one more leg higher can appear over there. So you need to keep that thing in mind, guys. All right, so euro New Zealand dollar, same like last week, pullback is happening. And Aussie chief, is also dragging lower. Not much to see on this chart, okay, but we can see that pullback all the way back to that high. All right, this pullback can happen. So still can keep dragging lower, but you know, better to look for counter. Yeah, so counter is slightly risky against the chief. Then you know you'd have to be very careful. Okay, watch price action, and then so same goes with the Kiwi chief. Okay, so it's dragging lower, slowly keep falling all the way back to that previous low. Okay, so from that previous low we may see, you know, again rebound, and price can go back up within that wedge. All right, we can see like this. That's Aussie chief. Kiwi CAD, same like the New Zealand dollar. Okay, the worst case scenario is that we're gonna have, you know, pullback, and we're gonna have all price all the way back to this previous low. Okay, the move which we were anticipating from that top to happen, if you remember. Okay, so we were expecting this move to start happening from that top to all the way back to this previous low. Yeah, so we are still in that direction. Okay, and in the previous weekly market outlook, in the previous couple of weekly market outlooks, we were expecting it to go into that direction. Okay, so hit that high and then go down like this. We were expecting this move to happen. So it is behaving similar like the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Okay, so same picture. So these charts are highly correlated to each other. So same like as I said on the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Okay, we still can see another leg lower and then rebound. Okay, so we can see another leg lower, and then we can look for it to go back up. This one more leg. Okay, this one more leg can easily appear over there. Okay, this one more leg. Okay, like we have seen that on the euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar is dropped for another leg lower, so we can see that similar leg can happen over there on Kiwi CAD to the downside before we're gonna go back up, or pound dollar, whatever. The same goes this chart. We can see another leg lower here in this area. Okay, but the bigger picture is same like the Kiwi CAD or the Australian dollar, US dollar. Okay, again, worst case scenario is that the Australian dollar can visit that floor all the way to this previous low, higher for longer. Yeah, so basically higher for longer is having that move. All right, so higher for longer, you know, comments from the central bank is causing prices to go again. You see that? So very much highly, I mean, similar formation, similar way price is moving. So 10-year yield was rising, and then 10-year yield dropped Okay, currency is also falling now. We can see that Fed saying that higher for longer, or all central banks are saying that higher for longer, causing these currencies to visit their high 10-year yield swap or the previous low on the Uzi can. Yeah, so trying to go into that direction. So was what I said, that bonds gonna be a buy opportunity. Yeah, so yields gonna go down, bonds gonna go higher, and these currencies also gonna move into that direction. So same picture. Okay, so the worst case scenario is that all the way back to that previous low, this previous low. So lower time frame picture is very much same. So one more leg lower, and counter move to appear over there. All right, so counter move to appear over there, and in best case scenario go all the way back to the high like that. Okay, so get back within the moving averages again. All right, so one more leg to appear or new low, and get back within the moving averages. So last week we were talking about the euro pound to hold the lows. Okay, test that previous low, and couple of short term bounces already appeared over there on the euro pound. Okay, now you're looking at to go back up this move, and in best case scenario break through that and go all the way back to the high. So we got some short-term bounces already on this chart. All right, so if you trade based on support, rely on support, so you're paying attention on that support. All right, okay, so already couple of short-term trades appeared over there, so you're paying attention at that support areas and looking for this to bounces off those lows. So simple analysis. So pound chief to break down. All right, so same like last week, hasn't changed much. We got a breakthrough of that bullish leg. Okay, so go all the way back to this previous low. So as long as you see that the pound is falling against the chief, okay, so euro pound is a buy opportunity from those floors. So euro pound is at a good spot where you can expect that to go higher. So still sitting, euro pound is still sitting at the support areas for short term, even for short term trades. Okay, if not looking for longer term, short term trades gonna be okay to watch. So all right, so these areas for short term targets. Okay, so Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar drag lower. So we were expecting it to drag lower. All right, so we're expecting it to drag more lower. We have seen that the price reverse most often within these areas in the previous couple of months. All right, so price moved away from these areas, these lows. All right, but the best is that go all the way up to this previous low. All right, before, I mean, not a best pair at the moment, guys. So we'll suggest you to just stay away and look for it to go more deeper before you start jumping in. Okay, so slow moving pair. So same like last week. All right, so price is slowing down at that high. It is resisting to break through that 171. All right, and yeah, looking for this to go down. Again, as I said, that the window is closing for the Bank of Japan. They have to act at some point, all right, and waiting for the other banks to do something. So if any news comes over there from the Bank of Japan, that's going to be a big driver for the yen. Okay, or if Bank of Japan is not going to do anything, so still going to be so what I need to do here on this chart, okay, what we are having inflation, PPI close to PPI is at a 1%, US PPI, US inflation rate 3.2%, all right, and PCE at 2.6, and dollar is sitting at 104. Okay, and 10-year yield is sitting at 4.0, and Fed, the Fed fund rate is sitting at 5.50 here at this area. So I just need to put dollar yen on this chart, okay, to understand that what's going to be the longer term direction. All right, so this is the dollar yen. So dollar yen exactly did what the inflation came, dollar yen went higher. All right, and then Fed started raise the interest rate. So similar, this is a bigger picture, okay? The bigger picture which we are going to see over there in longer term on dollar yen and okay, so I don't think so I need to talk about that. Yeah, so inflation is falling, all right? Yields falling, okay? So Fed holding the interest rate higher. So the longer term picture should be dollar to continue to keep dragging lower towards the inflation. So inflation is falling. If Bank of Japan is not doing anything, okay, they're holding the not going to change the policy at all. If they are going to change, that can drive the dollar yen aggressively lower. But if they are not going to change, then Fed is going to change. All right, Fed is going to start cutting the interest rate, and when Fed will start cutting the interest rate, yields will drag lower. Okay, and dollar yen will also continue to keep dragging lower. So this is a longer term picture. So that's why the yen pairs will go down in longer term. So okay, so the expectations are that the euro yen gonna go aggressively lower than the dollar yen. All right, so the expectations are that the euro yen gonna go aggressively lower than the dollar yen. Okay, so picture is again same. So because the European economy is getting quickly weaker than the Americans. So what we can expect, all right, so euro yen is just trying to break down. All right, so yeah, you're simply looking for this breakout to continue to keep dragging more lower. All right, but there is up to this low, or in best case scenario, continue to keep falling aggressively lower all the way back to this area. Okay, but when you go into that trade, okay, make sure, when you're looking breakout, make sure you understand that it still can visit that high. Okay, it still can visit that high. So dollar yen to just on top of that. Okay, there you can see that the dollar yen is testing that high, this high. Euro yen also came rose during the non-farm payroll, right? But did not rose all the way back to that high. So euro yen is struggling to push more higher. The reason is that the euro is falling at the moment, which is causing euro yen to stay under pressure, right? Not rising exactly as we have seen strength on the dollar yen. So any aggressive move on the euro dollar from the bottom will push the euro yen all the way back to that high. So that's why you should keep in your mind that the euro yen still can go back up. All right, so that's what you are looking. All right, let me put it this way. Okay, one more up leg and then breakdown, or breakdown from the aggressive breakdown from the current price, and then continue to keep falling. All right, so like this. So this is what you are expecting it to do. So same goes with the other yen pairs. Okay, so pound yen also can do the same. Yeah, so your pound is falling, and this is under pressure. You're paying attention it to go down. All right, so this move to happen, this trade to happen. Okay, and keep in your mind that it still can visit that high. All right, so that's clear. The chart is clear. Okay, and same goes with the dollar yen. All right, I don't think so I need to talk about that a lot. Yeah, so picture I have just shown you here. All right, this here, why we are expecting dollar yen to drop for longer term. Okay, you're paying attention this setup. Yeah, and what's going to be the worst case scenario? We're going to get stopped out, price going to hit and test that top, and again we're going to start looking for it to go down. Okay, so keep eyes. It's not ready yet. All right, don't just jump into the trade right now. Okay, I can give you a clue that when you need to jump in. Okay, it's not ready simply. Yeah, we can see that the prices, you need to keep eye on the chief yen. So watch it. If you get a good sell off on the chief against the yen, this can give you a clue that yes, dollar yen is going down. Okay, we got a drop on the chief yen already. So let me tell you in a different way. Okay, so look at this chart. How do I know that this is going to happen? Okay, so just ask me, how do I know that this is going to happen? How do we know that this is going to happen on dollar yen? Okay, we got a lead that the chief went. All right, so why that happened? Why chief started to rise against the yen before the non-farm payroll? Because big players, they were adjusting their positions, they were adjusting their trades. All right, or before the numbers come out, they were trying to save their self before the aggressive moves. All right, and that's why before the non-farm payroll, chief started to get strong. Right, chief was rising before the non-farm payroll, and yen was started to, both are safe haven currencies. All right, so investors were trying to save themselves, yeah, so looking for refuge, looking for safe haven, safety. So chief went higher before the non-farm payroll, which caused the chief yen to go aggressively higher before the non-farm payroll numbers to be released. Right, that move happened before the non-farm payroll numbers released, and that was a signal, that was a sign for us that yes, we are going to see strength on the dollar. Dollar is going to get stronger for another leg higher and going to visit that high, this high. Okay, this move, bearish move happened. Okay, and then it was set to go higher. Dollar yen. Okay, going to take through that top. All right, so same again, nothing new. All right, so what you need to keep in your mind that, right, you see that that's about what happened after that. That was a lead. Okay, and we got a move after that on the lagging pair. So that's what you need to do again. Okay, you need to keep eye over there. Okay, we can see that the price has, on the chief yen, has almost removed all these gains. All right, with not all these gains. All right, so 50% gains have been removed. So 50% gains has been removed. These gains dropped. This is a lead that dollar is going to drop. All right. This is a lead that the dollar is going to drop in coming days or hours. We're going to see that the pullback. All right, so you see that this is going down. All right, so the move is going to be aggressive, going to remove all those gains. Okay, and then you are expecting this to start falling again. All right, so you're paying attention, looking to catch top. All right, this is a top, and looking to catch this trade here at this area. Hold that top. Okay, do not break through. Okay, stop falling like we are having on the chief yen. Okay, and fall up to 50% or remove all those gains. All right, so this is your lead. So you're paying attention, and as long as the chief yen is keep falling, is a lead for the dollar yen to go down. Okay, and dollar yen, if dollar yen goes down, okay, you're gonna get a weakness on the dollar across the market. That's why I'm saying that you are looking for a pullback move, a counter move on the dollar pairs for this week. Hopefully you understand that. Okay, so same goes with the CAD yen. So yeah, I don't think I need to talk about that a lot. All right, so chief yen is leading. Yeah, so bigger time frame top, weekly top. All right, and is at the top. So same formation. You're looking at to hold that top. Chief yen is also removed all those gains. Yeah, 50% somewhere here. You're looking at least up to that trade, and in best case scenario, this target. All right, and for longer term, all the way back to this low. Okay, so Aussie yen is also same. Aussie yen, slightly can go back up before we're gonna get a move. Okay, last week we were expecting it to hold that and drop. So go back up and hold these tops again. Let me pull out some arrows over there. Okay, and this is what you are looking. It can still visit that previous high. This previous high before we're gonna get down. All right, so this is what we are looking this week. So if it visit, break down and continue to keep falling for this week, or visit that high and then drop. Okay, so you do the same. Okay, we may not see test of that top. All right, and we'll see. Okay, but you are simply paying attention this previous high, this resistance, okay, which we have spoken about last week. Okay, hold that and drop, or break down aggressively and continue to keep dragging lower up to this low. Okay, so EuroCAD to keep dragging lower. Not a best chart at the moment, okay, but it can visit to that low. So last week we were expecting that to happen, so continue to keep dropping. Not a best chart. I mean, I'm gonna ignore. Okay, catchy buy is not a good chart to watch, but go reverse. Okay, so this is the chart. You are paying attention closely, guys, because manipulation is happening over there. So dollar went higher because of the Fed and non-farm payroll, but drop on this chart will give you a clue that the dollar is going to visit that low. Okay, the reference rate is 710. All right, from the People Bank of China. So if it goes down, then dollar is following that. Okay, so US 30 again. I don't think so. I need to talk about that. We got a buy the dip opportunity last week. So same again. If it pulls back, then you are looking at to keep rising. Okay, so we got a dip, all right, but not exactly where we were anticipating. So short-term continuation, all right. So trend is still strong, and you can't do anything at the current price, all right. You have to wait for this to pull back, to give you a decent pullback. If you're trading on on lower time frame, like 1 minute time frame, yeah, so still short-term bullish. It's not ready to counter it. A kind of neutral analysis. So on bigger time frame, we need a daily pullback, okay? And daily pullback is due. We can see that the trend is slowing down. And Nasdaq 100 index also similar, okay? Pushing higher, broke through that top, and yeah, we broke through that top, the top which we were anticipating to break on longer term. Yeah, so go on higher, broke through that top. So on a 4-hour time frame, we still can visit the lows. Okay, so my chart gonna be like that. Future. Okay, the trade is already happening and it's pushing higher, breaking through the top. You only can trade for short-term continuation for upside. Break through the previous top. Okay, on 4-hour time frame or 1-hour time frame, at least this flat formation needs to appear. All right, at least that flat formation to appear. Okay, so S&P 500 is also same pullback, same like Dow. We need a pullback before you are having a buy opportunity. Okay, so very much similar like that. So continue to keep rising or drop and test that low and buy the dip opportunity. All right, and gold is dropping. All right, so simply you paying attention on this support area. So it can drag more lower. So if it drags more lower, all right, so continue to keep falling all the way back to this previous low and yeah, drag and test and hold and go back up. Silver also test the previous low or new low and then bounce back. Okay, and this wedge to break up. Okay, so tag that low or new low and then go back up. Okay, US oil went lower even after having some bad situation in the Middle East. Okay, so if oil visit that low, then you're looking for a buy opportunity over there. All right, so it's dropping, all right, and all these areas are good to look for buy opportunity for short term. These areas are new low. Okay, we have seen natural gas last week. Okay, so you're coming down, you're paying attention, and these areas. Okay, so there are some individual stocks which can catch up the Nasdaq 100 index. Okay, so NEO is a longer term buy opportunity, shown that in the previous weekly market outlooks as well. So still dragging lower, 550 now. Okay, so yeah, so it's gonna remain a buy opportunity, yeah, for longer term. AMD is still pushing higher. Okay, so it's still a bullish move, bullish trend. Okay, so short term continuation for upside. Oracle, okay, Oracle to also break through that top, continuation on it. Okay, Apple dropped, so Apple to visit that high, visit that previous top. Okay, it went higher and then dropped from the top. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at this, all right, so Apple to stay bullish. Okay, if that's that this 180 areas, then this is gonna be a time to pay attention. I mean, place to pay attention for this, and next leg higher to appear over there. So simple. I mean, when Nasdaq index is pushing higher and these stocks are lagging, yeah, so they are setting up for a buy opportunity. So Microsoft is going higher already. Nvidia is just keep flying, all right, so just keep rising. Nvidia, so AMD is also catching up. Nvidia is just keep rising very, very aggressively. So AMD is still, I mean, AMD is also rising, okay, but not like we have seen strength on Nvidia. So we're expecting AMD to do the same like Nvidia is doing, right? So Nvidia is more stronger, yeah, so it's just rising. AMD, so AMD also can, it's simply a buy the pullback opportunity on both, all right. If pullback, continuation for upside. AMD is more extended, we can say that, all right. Sorry, Nvidia is more extended, we can say that, all right. AMD hasn't extended, all right, but still gonna remain bullish till Nvidia keep rising. We know that there is a chip war between the China and the US. Okay, that's why they are fighting over Taiwan, right? So that's causing Nvidia to just keep pushing higher. Okay, nothing big science behind that. So it's a Taiwan, crisis which is causing Nvidia to just keep pushing more higher. So yeah. So Tesla, right? So Tesla is not doing well. So Tesla is under pressure, while we can see that the Meta, we were expecting Meta to do that when it was there at this area, all right. So Meta was a buy opportunity when it was there, when this wedge was happening over there long ago, right? It's a long time ago. So we got a nice aggressive run over there on Meta, and last week EPS just exploded it. So Tesla is Tesla, I mean, reports are not good for Tesla, right? But still, Tesla gonna remain a buy opportunity as long as the others are rising, all right? So whatever happens, so Tesla gonna remain a buy opportunity. So you're looking the same analysis like I have said last week, all right? So you are looking for, you see that EPS were not good last week. EPS were red, which caused that to drop. And same happened, in October. EPS were not good, so caused that move to happen. But still going to be a buy opportunity like that, at least like that, right? Like this to happen. In best case scenario, hit the all-time high. So Tesla still going to remain a bullish even after falling that. So Netflix also gone higher. Okay, so Netflix can also hit that high, can take that high out. But what happened over there last week, EPS was not good, but still it went higher, right? We can see that the EPS, earnings were negative, still red, all right? So still gone higher. So still going to be a buy opportunity. Last week we were expecting it to test that low, this support area, and then so it's just simply broke out, all right? So breakout happened over there. That breakout happened and price just simply went higher. So yeah, so short-term continuation for more upside. All right, so we still haven't tested that high. All right, so we still haven't tested that high. So 700 can be tested from the Netflix. So pullback slightly can get bigger. All right, like that. Still continuation for more upside. Okay, so Bitcoin, same like last week. We can see that the price can push higher. I have explained that in the previous weekly market outlook with detail, guys, that we still can push higher. Right, this one more leg higher can happen over there. So analysis is very much same, yeah, but on a bigger daily time frame, we're still expecting it to slightly drag more lower up to this 34K before going to go back up. So not much changed on this. All right, so same on Ethereum like last week. All right, so I hope you guys remember that short-term buy opportunities within these areas. Okay, but price did not test that. If Bitcoin goes higher, this is going to be the opportunity. All right, so BNB, same. All right, so explain these charts last week, so much details. And if you wanna get the details, go back to the previous weekly market or look. We haven't seen much change on the crypto last week. All right, so I think that's it for this week, guys. And crypto is very much same like last week. Right now, you can say that dollar is strong right now, okay? But you can say that dollar, I mean, what's the point here? I mean, what's the point to have that weekly market outlook? To understand that where the next move can happen, all right? So right now, market has done the current move, okay? The current move is this. That's the current move, all right? The current move was that. That has happened. All right, so you cannot say that based on that it will remain strong. I mean, dollar is a strong. It is strong, by the way. You can see in terms of, okay. So I mean, that's how news agencies works. All right, so news agencies, I mean, comes and see, they're gonna say that Australian dollar drop, dollar, yeah. So dollar is a strong. All right, that's the news for today. Okay, but what's going to be the news for tomorrow or day after tomorrow? That's what you need to predict, all right? That's what you need to do. Okay, where it will be tomorrow or day after tomorrow, all right? That's the point. That's the point here. What has happened today? It's okay, done. All right, but what will happen tomorrow? That's the question. All right. Okay, so news agency is going to come and post their news. Oh, that has happened. Dollar is strong. Okay, so dollar is strong right now. All right, so like this when we were talking about that, I mean, Australian dollar to go down before the non-farm payroll, that's past now. Okay, this is a past move. Okay, it is done and dust. This is a past move. Okay, it has appeared already. It's a past move. It has happened. You cannot see that it is it will remain strong. All right, I mean, far more downside or what is the current move? Okay, what will happen now after happening that? This is the point. All right, and that's where you're gonna put your money. All right, this is past. Dollar is strong, past. All right, so it's done and dusted. It's a past move now. Okay, where it will go next? That is the question. Either it will go there where we are anticipating, or still gonna extend that move for all the way to the bigger daily lows. All right. So yeah, so that's what we are doing here. So to gauging of that, what is going to happen next, right? So that we can trade into that direction, guys. Simply, all right. So simple. What is the next move? Where it will go next? All right. So as I said there, guys, the bigger picture is this. Right, don't forget that this is a bigger picture. This is which is going to drive the market for longer term. This is what you need to understand. Okay, this is going to drive the market. Okay, so Fed fund rate is at 550. All right, so if Fed gonna hold that rate at that 550, all right, so inflation, we may see disinflation. All right, so disinflation means that price is going to start falling. I mean price is not going to be stable at 2%. All right, and that's the bigger picture. That's where we are. Yeah, so it is going to so Fed is going to follow the inflation. Fed is not going to hold in the rates. So you can see that here, guys. All right. So there is the same picture happening here over there within that circle. You see that? So what happened over there? Inflation came. All right. Inflation came. And then Fed started to raise the interest rate. All right. Fed started to follow the inflation. Okay. They raised the interest rate to bring down the inflation. Okay. So similarly, they brought down the inflation. Inflation is down. Okay, now they're gonna start cutting the interest rate. So this is the, I mean, it's clear, all right. So it's clear that what's gonna happen, all right. So these charts are, this is a weekly chart, all right. So this chart is not going to change anytime soon. We need, you know, almost a year or two to see change on this chart. Okay. So this is not going to change. So this is what you need to keep in your mind for longer term. What's going to happen for longer term? So dollar has to be softer. I mean, who is going to I mean, which bank is going to cut the rate, cut the interest rate first? All right. So the bank who's going to cut the interest rate first, where inflation going to be below 2%, where inflation pressure, I mean, going to be eased so quickly, that bank going to start cutting the interest rate so quickly, and that's going to be the lead for the other banks to start cutting the interest rate. All right. So I mean, don't forget the China is in a big mess. So euro Oz has already done that. Yes. So euro Oz to go down. Okay, explain that in details. Okay, there is a risk for breakout for another leg higher, like we have seen OZ Chief. Okay, this move can happen all the way back to that high. So when you are trading on this for the downside, make sure you understand that we still can visit all the way back to that high, this high. Okay, we are currently looking for this to fall for another leg lower, this leg. All right, or if not all the way, not all the way to that low. Okay, then at least up to this move. Okay, this previous low, this top to hold. Okay, and at least up to this previous low. This is the 4-hour time frame target you're looking. All right, so thank you for coming into the weekly market outlook, guys. Hopefully you got something. All right, so you have learned something. All right, and you can follow me on Telegram. All right, for updates. So some of those charts are delayed. All right, as I said that earlier. So you may say that not posting on time, but okay, so thank you. We'll see you back again in another weekly market outlook next week. All right, until then, bye.